Hello, good people. Welcome to my channel. My name is SHIYELIA in Korea. I'm back with another hot topic today. I'm going to talk about why people are leaving Seoul, South Korea in 2022. Yeah, this week has been the coldest week ever. And as you know from the previous live stream that I did on Friday, I wasn't feeling so well, but we thank God that I fully recovered. Now I have my real voice. I have my real voice. Yes, I am now well. I'm just so happy and so thankful for good health. You know, when you are feeling sick and you are away from home, that's the time you think of many things, like, So, good people, without wasting time, I want to do the disclaimer as usual. I want to say my disclaimer. My disclaimer is I'm simply sharing this topic or content because of culture exchange purpose only. I have no other intentions. I don't have any other intentions. I'm simply sharing as someone who have lived in Korea for 11 years now, going to 12. So it's something that I have been seeing over time, observing other people around me living Korea. And even me myself, there was once a time I also left Korea. So yay, these things happen. Once you come to Korea, you don't stay in Korea forever. You are bound to leave Korea someday, because whatever ID you have is called foreigner ID, alien ID. Yes, we are all foreigners in Korea. Yes. So, good people, without wasting time, I'll just sit the topic as it is and talk about the things that are currently happening in Korea, or things that have been happening over the years, which led to people leave Korea. Yes, English. Press 2 for English. Yes. So I can say several scenarios which lead to people leaving Korea. First of all, I'll talk about students. As students, we come to Korea to study on a definite scholarship, which has a certain starting date and certain ending date. So by the period that you study and complete your studies, some scholarships actually have a what can I say, a mandatory something kind of condition, which is you have to return to your country upon completion of studies. And some of those scholarships are so strict to the extent of you graduating today, and the following 3-4 days you are now at the airport. They take you from the dormitory to the airport. They make sure you have gone back to your country. Yes, that's the other condition which makes people leave Korea. Sometimes people would have lived Korea for a long time, that they really feel like they are part of Korea. They want to even explore working in Korea. So they also want to delay going back to their countries. Yes, some scholarships also have other option for you to work in Korea for a year and then you leave Korea, or just simply you can work as you please and leave Korea as you please. So mainly, like currently, many scholarships you can actually apply for D10 visa. But if you are doing a master's PhD degree kind of degrees, it's much easier for you to just graduate, and then by the time you are graduating, you are offered a job by your university or any company you have been working with during your studies. So that way you just complete your studies from the D series visa and go to the E something or other type of visas for jobs. So another part of the disclaimer is anything about visas, please don't rely on whatever I say, because slip of tongue is unavoidable. So you need to search information and confirm from the relevant authorities, which is the Korean immigration. So don't rely on whatever I say. Some of the things is just mere hearsay or other people's experiences. Now I've little bit age to cough. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, let me drink something. I think it will help. So, if you want to work in Korea after completion of study, you can actually apply for D10 visa. D10 visa is job seeking visa. So you can start looking for the job while you are living in Korea. But there is also a danger of this visa that you may end up spending lots of your savings because you can't find job easily. I've seen many people who have once stayed in Korea for a long time on such visas and they failed to find jobs within a short time. So in the end, they ended up spending much more than they expected to spend. So yeah, that's the situation. So if you apply for D10 visa, you can actually delay your I want to see if I can remove this one because somehow I feel like it's just kind of crazy. Should I leave it? Also, okay, to my loyal viewers, does this thing look okay when you are watching podcasts, or it's just like it doesn't matter? This one, because for me sometimes it's like not really vibing with me. But anyway, I want to share myself because somehow I don't see the people. Where are you people? Where are you people? When I have all the energy to talk about this topic, let me share to Facebook. Okay. So I say. Let's say life in Korea, study in Korea, yes, and then I will keep talking about the topic. So as usual, I forgot to say I'll put timestamps all over the video so that if anyone watches the video later, they can follow easily by watching timestamps. So for those with D10 visa, yes, I have said it may be a good visa, but at times it can give you too much pressure that in the end you will be like, was it a really good choice for me to take this D10 visa? Because if you're from Africa, please, good people, listen very well. If you're from Africa, we all know you have black tax, we have families which are looking forward to us in terms of financial support in most cases. Yeah, some people don't have financial support back home, but if you have financial support, like some people who are looking up towards you, I think the D10 visa is not the best option because you end up spending the little you have to such an extent that maybe by the time you actually get fed up of Korea, you start even doing illegal jobs because you just want money for you to leave Korea. Oh, my battery is going down. So yeah, so eventually, even if you are on D10 visa, you eventually leave Korea. So that's the second part of the option where people leave Korea. And also, there are times also some people leave Korea not because they want to leave Korea. Yeah. There are some, like if you read the news currently, there are some crackdowns within the system where they are checking documents and making sure everyone is up to book. The people are working legally, whoever is following the laws whatsoever, wherever you know the systems. I have seen that they have done crackdown follow up on people working all over the nation, and they have cracked down 10,000 people who were working illegally. And I was like, wow, these numbers are quite huge. And since these people are working for the benefit of the country, why can't they try to find ways to give them documents to actually work? Because if they are working, at least they are doing something good for the country. Yeah, you know, every country has its own rules. Once you are caught on the wrong side, you will be deported. So some people are deported. They don't leave Korea because they want to leave Korea. They may be forced to leave Korea because of some circumstances that they may be going through. Yeah, illegal work or illegal document, that kind of thing. You know, illegal document is the worst thing that anyone can ever experience, especially in foreign land. Yes. So that's another scenario of why people leave Korea. Yes. Some people, it's not by choice, but you know, predicaments and mishappenings and whatsoever, people eventually leave Korea. And then another point again of why people leave Seoul. Yeah, people may not really leave South Korea as such, but they can leave Seoul or other bigger, busy cities because they are like, what am I working for? I'm working for the rent, I'm working for the gas, because in the capital cities, that's when you have where you have higher cost of living, higher kind of standard lifestyle. But if you go to the outskirts of Korea, like let's say other smaller cities or remote cities, you can live a very cheap and affordable life. So people sometimes they don't really leave Korea as such, but they can leave one city. That's why my topic I said why people are leaving Seoul, South Korea in 2022. Some people migrate to other cities because Seoul is expensive. The rent house alone, one small room. The rent for one small room in Seoul can be rent for one big apartment, like several room apartments. I mean, several roomed apartment kind of style, like poshy kind of style. The apartment is the rent that you can pay in Seoul. I always get surprised when I see my friends who are staying in other cities of Seoul. Uh, I see them saying their rent is so cheap, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, wow, blessed are you, because in Seoul the rentals are so high. They are so high. So yeah, people may migrate also from one city to another. And another reason of why people leave Seoul, South Korea, is people get fed up. Like, I'm talking of getting fed up of the culture shock. You know, all those things that I have been mentioning in my videos. Like, some people fail to tolerate any more of the Korean culture shocks that they undergo. Like, of people seeing people who scream at you to say, oh, foreigner, foreigner, like kids being scared around you. That kind of vibe can actually piss off someone to say, excuse me, Korea, bye, Korea, bye, Korea, I've had enough. I've had lots of stories from English teachers who actually end up quitting or terminating their visas because they are like, we are done with Korea. We are done. They actually choose to live in peace, you know, that kind of vibe. Like, you are just tired of the place, and you feel like, my mission was complete, let me just leave Korea. That's the kind of vibe that some people leave Korea in. And actually, when it comes to English teachers, if you search on internet, you will be surprised on how some people leave Korea. Some of them leave peacefully because it's up to them that they don't want to work anymore. Some of them, they'll be like, yeah, it's a discrimination, my contract could not be approved, or my job was changed, something changed on my contract abruptly. So in the end, I was like pissed off and think like, I come from a good country, let me go back to my country kind of vibe. Yeah, so that's another reason why people end up leaving Korea. Yes. And among those teachers, for other people, I'm not talking about teachers only, but this is an example for this section. Some teachers, I said, they may be forced to just leave Korea because of some some scandals which they might have done, or some, I have heard some scandals, like, for examples, if a child has some problems in the class with the teacher and the child reports the teacher to the mother, or if the teacher cannot control her temper in class and they somehow explode, or burst in anger in response to the student, and the student reports back word for word to the parent or to the school, and the teacher will be called and be set down. Why are you doing this? What? And the teacher will be like, oh my God, what kind of mess am I in? So the teacher may eventually say, let me just quit because this is too much drama for my liking. That's another scenario of people who live in Korea. And if you search online on YouTube, you can actually get or watch several videos of several themes related to whatever I'm talking about in this video podcast mode. Today I'm talking alone. Where are my people? Where is Cool Gamer? Where are you, good people? Yeah, I'm realizing now it's December, so I'm sure people are on holidays. So this YouTube thing, maybe I'm the only one who is online. Anyway, we move. Yeah. So when it comes to living Korea again, most of people who live Korea as workers. I've talked example of teachers. Some people as workers, maybe their company is a branch in another country and they are actually transferred there, then they just simply leave Korea. Or some people may actually feel like, this kind of job, or this kind of environment of Korea, cold weather, whatsoever, they see all the disadvantages overpowering them, then they'll be like, I pack my bags and go abroad. So other people who move from Korea, there's a huge number of people who move from Korea. Like, actually, from experience, people who were around me who were once students, who were once maybe researchers or other kind of jobs in Korea, they actually go maybe to Dubai, UK, the USA, Australia for other like opportunities, because they think like, if I continue living in Korea, I don't have much benefit when it comes to long-term stay. So it's better I go to another country where I know the moment I clock 3 or 5 years, I'm okay with my documents. I can actually have a permanent stay or long stay kind of visas. Yeah, some people actually leave because of those reasons. Yeah. Yeah, let me drink water. I'm recovering from the cold. I've healed. Yes, so I need to drink something. So on behalf of the people who move from Korea to other places which are not their countries, because Korean papers are difficult to get, like, I can tell you, like, for the past 7-8 years, I've been renewing my visa every year. Hi, Molimo. How are you, Sister Molimo? How is China? So I've been renewing my visa every year in Korea, every year. So you can imagine the kind of patience that I have of renewing visa every year. And sometimes, for me, I was lucky. My job, I always get more offers. Even if sometimes I was like, no, I'm quitting. I even quit and attempted to go home, but because of COVID, my flight was cancelled the day I was supposed to leave Korea. So I ended up coming back, and my employer just said, okay, come back, come back. You can resume your work. No hurries whatsoever. The job is still there. You can work. So yeah, it may be that if you have a good job that you like, you can actually stay at the same job forever, and you'll be renewing every year, every year, every year. But at some jobs, once you click or clock your contract days that you finished your job, they don't offer you extension. So you just pack your bags and leave Korea, or look for a job in advance and move to another job. But in Korea, job hunting is not kids game. I know everywhere job hunting is not kids game. If you can't find a job within a certain period, definitely the only option is to leave Korea. Yes, to leave. So some people cannot really tolerate this kind of 1 year kind of visa extension. It's almost like we can say 8 months visa kind of extension, because by the moment your visa is left with 4 months, the immigration will start sending you emails, letters to say, remember that your visa is expiring in 4 months, you have to extend. So it's so much stress to do that extension, especially if your job, you don't secure any contract job, then you'll be like, okay, I'll eventually leave. So yeah, as I've said, there's also another option for you to keep staying in Korea, looking for other jobs, especially if you were once a student, or if you're once on another job. I think you can actually get D10 visa, job seeking visa, so that you keep looking for job. But that visa, I've said, it's a trap. It's a trap, according to my observation from other people. You end up going into your savings while fighting to look for a job. So my number one advice, or what I can tell people, is if you want to look for a job in Korea, please, please, please just look for it wherever you are. Virtually is the best thing ever. Once you get the job, take your ticket, plane ticket, fly to Korea and come and work. If you make a mistake of wanting to look for a job in Korea while just seated doing nothing, that life will be the most expensive life ever. And there's a tendency of getting tempted to work illegal jobs, and in the end you may end up being caught in between, and now you have a crime, you have to leave the country, deportation kind of thing. They don't really waste their resources. Like, you have to raise your ticket on your own, your relatives have to pay for your ticket, they don't pay for your deportation. Your people, if they are sorry for you for staying in the behind bars, they will find a way to buy a ticket for you to leave Korea peacefully. Yeah, that is the kind of scenario of how and why other people end up leaving South Korea. Yeah, I've said I have fully recovered from the cold, and I'm so happy and thankful for that. But I'm still drinking some kind of tea so that my throat clears up. I have so many topics to talk about concerning Korea, but I don't want to talk about everything in one video. And I feel like I'm so energetic whatsoever. So I'll try and record videos and post them as I finish recording. So it's already 23 minutes, and I have said about why people are leaving Seoul, South Korea in 2022. And that's all I could say about why people are leaving Korea. Let me wrap up saying, once you come to Korea as a foreigner, you hold an identity which is written alien registration ID, which means you are a foreigner, you are not a Korean. So it means once you came to Korea, eventually one day you have to leave Korea for the same reasons that you are not a Korean. Your stay is not permanent. Yes, your stay is depending on your visa type, and in most cases, many visas are just 1 year or maybe 3 year or 2 year, depending on the job. Yeah, but in most cases it's renewable 1 year. 1 year renewable. You may have a job where they say we employ you, or what is it called? They say full employment kind of thing. Like the job is yours. Like as long you are in Korea, the job is yours. But the immigration will say renew your visa every year. Mm. So if you're someone who gets fed up with that visa process whatsoever, and the kind of lifestyle where you need to know Korean in most cases for you to fully mix with locals, to fully participate with the locals, or to really even enjoy Korea traveling or whatsoever. Yeah, if you don't, then eventually you may just pack your bags and leave. And since we came from somewhere, there's no place like home. Everyone will always go back to their homes. So all I can say is Korea is a good place to come and visit, to come and work, and to come and study for some period. And eventually, someday you will leave. So I'm just giving a word of advice to someone who is hard-headed and they don't want to accept the situation that maybe they are no longer legal to stay in Korea, but they still want to stay illegally. Just, just my piece of advice is don't make things complicated for yourselves. You didn't burn your house back in Africa. You didn't burn it if you came from Africa. Actually, you can save or even have more resources while outside Korea than to really crack your head on high bills. Yes, I didn't even give the real reason why people leave Korea. Like currently, the cost of living is really skyrocketing. Like, yeah, it's going so high. I was like surprised to see the health insurance is even written that some things are going up. They put some percentages for some stuff. The gas, the house rentals. My landlord finally even said, I'm going to increase your rent starting from January. I said, oh, I have a village in Africa. I'll go to Africa. I'm not ready to pay extra rent. Anyway, good people, I'm just saying of the things that are happening in Korea. Definitely, they are increasing rents, they are increasing electricity bills, they are increasing each and every facility that you used to use for few coins. Now it's several coins more. It's like that. I don't know. It's just like that everywhere around the world. Definitely, more and more, it's becoming so difficult around the world. So, as people who are foreigners, wherever we are, let's strive to work hard that eventually we will go back to our sweet home countries and we can gather strength again and go to another country, and we keep on like that because we are foreigners in this foreign land. So I hope this video has helped someone. Yes, cost of living is a major reason why people leave Seoul or leave South Korea in 2022. So, good people, all I can say is Merry Christmas to you, Happy Holidays to you. I see my live stream that I only have one person joining, and other people were just checking me out and leaving. So, I want to say thank you so much to Sister Molimo for checking me out. You are the best, and happy holidays to you. I'm actually happy that I didn't cough much. I told you I fully recovered. So yeah, good people, let me have time to listen back, write timestamps, and prepare for other videos that I want to show to you. Please check out my community tab. I have so many posts that I have posted, and check you in my next video. Ciao, ciao, good people. Better to face difficulties at home while we are in our love while we are with our loved ones. Yes, exactly. That's why we will all eventually leave these lands. Yeah, thank you so much for your input, sister. Me, I am gonna leave this live stream. It's exactly 30 minutes in few seconds, so I'm ready to click the exit button. Thank you so much. I said ciao ciao, good people. Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to be 30, then I'm like out.